on my own behalf and on behalf of the government and people of Kenya, this morning, I welcome you, my brother, to Nairobi, your other home. Congratulations. This morning, I am very proud to be the president that confers on you this well-deserved honor of the people of Kenya. It's an honor that I have the privilege as president, but on behalf of the government and people of Kenya, to award you for the distinguished service, the commitment you have demonstrated, and the passion you have worked with to see to it that in every way, even before you became the president of the African Development Bank, you demonstrated your commitment and your passion for our country. My brother, Adesina, I want to say thank you very much. It's because of you that I developed passion for agriculture. And as you have said correctly, it was always something to think about, how farmers can do more with less. And that is when we discussed subsidies for our farmers. And I remember you said then many people did not believe in subsidies. And as you've described very ably, it was difficult even to process it within government. But as you've said, with my peers then, Romano Kiome, we went out of our way. And I remember going to Harambee House to see the then President Mwai Kibaki when I was Minister for Agriculture, and to tell him that we now can subsidize farmers. We have found a mechanism to subsidize farmers. And President Kibaki was skeptical. He told me, is it really possible, Minister? And after moments of conversation and persuasion, he said, yes, okay, let's go and see. And then we organized a meeting in a place called Moy's Bridge. And for the first time, we started to subsidize inputs for farmers. And let me tell you, my good brother, President Adesina, that ever since I became president, I brought back the subsidy program on our maize, wheat, tea, coffee, sugarcane. And today I can proudly say, because of the government's program on subsidy of fertilizer and farm inputs, including seeds, Kenya has seen tremendous increase in our productivity. The second item that I am very proud of your support and that of the African Development Bank is our road infrastructure. You have said it yourself, that the dualing of Thika superhighway, and just for your information, now that road is all the way to Maroa in Nyeri. The road now has been dualed from where you left it by the support of your great organization. Now it went to Thika, Thika to Kenol. It was picked up from Kenol, now all the way to Nyeri. In fact, later this month, I will be inspecting that road and the wonderful interchanges that have been rolled out and supporting the whole transport network of that section of Kenya. The project you have said that connects Kenya and Bagamoyo, Horohoro, that comes all the way to Malindi. I was in Mombasa a few weeks ago, and I was inspecting that road. It's funded both by yourself, sections by yourself, and sections by the European Investment Bank. And others, I want to tell you, we are making very good progress. Just for the record again, I was in Kitale last weekend, and the road you're supporting from Lesero to Kitale and eventually connecting to Takwel, we will be advertising that road in the next few months. All the notes have been completed. And just to tell you that we're making progress on that road as well. And on all the other pieces of infrastructure that are going on in Kenya on the road sector. Water harvesting, water storage, irrigation is the next horizon, especially in the context of climate change. We need to store more water, we need to harvest more water, we need more dams, and we need space that will enable us to deal with that. I am very proud, my brother, that you kindly and graciously accepted to support our water infrastructure development. Again, thank you very much. Last year in 2024, we produced 70 million bags of maize, up from 40 million bags of maize in 2022. Last year, tea crossed the 200 billion. In fact, we sold tea worth 220 billion for the first time, because again, we subsidize fertilizer for Kenya Tea Development Authority and all the other tea makers. Let me also tell you that this year was the highest earnings by our coffee farmers. And that speaks volumes of what supporting farmers and supporting production as opposed to supporting or subsidizing consumption, how much difference it makes. And so I am very proud that the journey we started together 10 years ago, today I can see its fruits, and the people of Kenya can feel the impact of what that is doing. This year, we are, with your support and other development partners, we have 63 billion shillings for our last mile connectivity and rural electrification, on the way to connecting 1 million more households, again by 2027. So that whole program that we started with, dignifying people with electricity, eliminating the challenges of use of alternative sources of energy, it speaks volumes about our development as Kenya. We have 150,000 houses being constructed in Kenya. We have close to 260,000 young people working in our housing program across Kenya. Last week, I launched several housing projects that will hire many young people, engineers, architects, quantity surveyors, masons, carpenters, electricians, plumbers, and everybody in between. That program, again, you supporting the mortgage end makes that program much more viable.
The then President Kenyatta said, yes, I know him. He is the Kenyan on loan to the Nigerian government. Thank you, Your Excellency, Mr. President. It is such a, with the corporate giants in this country, such as Chris Kruby, who own the International House, and Vimal Shah of Bidco Oil Refineries. For the President. His Excellency, Professor Kithure King, going to one of the meetings of donors at the time to push for this. And as soon as I raised the issue, the chair of the session simply said, I lived and worked here in this beautiful country for about 9 years, starting from my days working with the Rockefeller Foundation to be completed in July of 2026 under your presidency. When completed, it will provide 150,000 Afawa right here in Kenya. Pauline has tripled her business and be passionate about supporting women. And I fully agree with you, and I salute your leadership. Because no bird can fly on how to improve the quality of life of Kenyans. From seminars to workshops, and conferences, we engage course to achieving 100% access to electricity by 2030. Need from a single lane to a dual carriageway, including service roads, grade separated intersections of Kenya. Mungu Ibariki, Kenya. God bless Africa. Mungu Ibariki, Africa.
You have said yourself, I remember the very early mornings that we engaged. Then when you were, let me tell you, my good brother, President Odesina, that ever since I became president by early next year, when I came into office, we needed additional resources with week. I rolled out a big program to clean up a bit $1 million, that's approximately 80 billion.
Order of Golden Heart, CGH, Kenya's highest and most distinguished honor. That some disgruntled middlemen vandalized some of the commodity kiosks. One day, Mr. Kofi Annan, the then United 2024. Put simply, the electricity connections increased from 2.42 million